webinar series. My name is Jonathan Rios. I'm a marketing manager here at Hai Robotics. And today we have our guest, Brook Gao. He is the regional manager for Southeast Asia and Middle East. And he's going to help us aboard the topic of how to deal with shopping festival frenzy. Welcome, Brook.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brook, and my main job is covering the Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Africa, and especially for Thailand, country of Thailand, and garment industry. Please come to me.
Thank you very much, Brook. For all of you who just tuned in, Brook specializes in the Southeast Asia region. So if you want to contact him, you have the QR code for his WeChat and for his WhatsApp.
Yes.
There you go. Now, today in this webinar, we want to bring a lot of information for you guys. We're going to focus in the peak season, in the shopping festivals. What are the challenges that warehouses, distribution centers have during this peak time? We're going to have a closer look at a couple of case studies in the apparel industry, just to give some real case studies.
Sure.
We're also going to talk about the HAIPICK, Hai Robotics innovation, our technology, and we're going to have a look at our solution for all of you. And at the end of the presentation, we will have a Q&A. So for all of you who have questions at any time, you can please leave us your questions in the chat room. Our team is ready to collect them all. And we hopefully, at the end of the presentation, will be able to answer all of them. One last thing, I would like to remind you all that at the end of the presentation, we will send a link for you guys to give us a feedback on these presentations. For us, it's very important to get some feedback so we can improve the quality of our webinars. And at the same time, we can also provide some interesting topics for all of you. So now, without further ado, I would like to first introduce some key words that you will see throughout the presentation. For some of you who are not familiar with Hai Robotics and what we do here in our products, really quick, Hai Robotics is a Chinese company based in Shenzhen and that started in 2016. And our innovation is ACR. We specialize in autonomous case handling robots, which we will explain in this presentation. Our HAIPICK ACR system is the autonomous warehouse solution. And the A42 is the series of our robots. We were also going to explain them in this presentation. And the HAIQ is the software platform that our system uses. So now, Brook, please.
Sure.
Could you tell us a little bit more of the current logistics scenario? We're boarding the topic of shopping festivals. So could you tell us a little bit more of what's going on right now in this industry?
So if you asked me what's the keywords to describe the challenge or requirement in the warehousing, I would like to answer you with one word: flexibility. So why I mentioned this one? Because the warehouse operation is changing and will continue to change dramatically. So flexibility is the key capacity of the warehousing operation. And by the way, Hai Robotics, our DNA is a flexibility. Also, it's a flexibility is our core value to the markets. And Hai Ro, our Chinese name, the Hai Ro is meaning flexibility. So it's meaning we are aiming to increase the flexibility of warehouse by robot technology. So,
great.
Yes, flexibility.
In nowadays warehouse flexibility, it's a key element. A lot of our customers, they look for this particular element in the solutions that we provide.
Sure.
So it's very, very important. Now, we're going to focus in the apparel industry. So we're going to, Brook is going to explain some of the most common challenges that his customers, maybe most of you have, and what can we do? What kind of solutions can we apply to them?
Of course, let's open the story of flexibility.
Sure.
Okay, so regarding the challenges happened in apparel apparel industry, especially for the shopping festival. In this picture, everybody know that well. That's when we're talking the story, the whole process of apparel industry, no matter the production process or on the right, the logistics process. And there's a lot of work, warehousing work need to be done by the warehousing need to be done. For example, from the life science textile factory to the garment factory, at least the copies and accessories need to be installed or handled well. But everybody know, if in garment factory and we have a lot of copies, the copies also need to be stored well and moved to the workstation. But the challenges there, the first one is the outbound incomplete part. And the second one is a small SKU, like small pieces. Even we cannot paste the barcode on the material because it's too much small size. Okay?
Yes. So in the first part, just to sum up, the production process has obviously a lot of challenges, but some of the main ones are the outbound is incomplete in parts and the small size SKU.
Sure.
What about in the B2B and B2C commercial?
Of course, in the B2B, B2C, in going through the distribution center or fulfillment center, take example, B2B business, and we are facing the problems. For example, the first one on the page for the left side, uneven operation. So in a warehouse, to B2C mixed. So the piece picking task increased rapidly year by year. And of course, each order very high volume. And also we have to face the challenge from the pallet storage to the bin storage. It means the separation of the storage and packing. So if the capacity is insufficient, so we face the challenge to transfer from pallet to bin to pallet to storage, something like this. But regarding the direct to the consumer, B2C, also we are facing the challenge, for example, the poor efficiency, relying on the human picking. You know, people have to carry the bags to walk around, rush the time, something like that one. And also unpredictable hits. So the best selling, nobody can focus on what's the best selling.
Nobody can predict that.
Or at least it's very hard.
Exactly.
And also the massive SKUs by model, by size, by color, and especially the last one, in promotion time and insufficient capacity. So that's the story.
What about at the end of this graphic, we see the return warehouses. Nowadays, a lot of people are used to buy not only one, but two or three pieces of the same item and then return.
So you're talking the basically for the return. That's the most headache one. Mm-hmm. The hard one because first we need facing the work for second put away on complicated unpacking and inspection. Also, of course, learn turnover rate and return time is always scattered and the return volume is unpredictable. And the last one is low storage density in the return area. That's the challenge.
Great. So these are just some of the challenges. Obviously, our viewers right now probably have other challenges. If you have any more questions, remember to contact Brook or contact us. Our team is ready to help you provide all the information. Now, how about we go deep into more details on how we can address these challenges, especially during this holiday season that is coming, especially during the shopping festivals. Right now, for example, in China, you have Double 11, you have Black Friday in some other countries. Sure. During those peak times, what did our customers do? Can we analyze these case studies?
So today we bring two case studies, and one for the B2C business, another one for the B2B business. Gonna happen in the warehouse.
Great.
Okay, and we can take a few minutes to take a look at it.
Sure.
Okay, and the first one is Jorya. It is a well-known brand of women wearing factory and
it's the women's brand.
It's women, yes, you're right. So in order to meet the number of goods order brought by a growing sales scale and make share, and the company planned to build a very large online and offline warehouse. And we help them to achieve these targets. And everybody see on the challenge and the demand, I believe that one is very common challenge and demand and even in ICE Asia markets. And for example, the first one, the original, the old warehouse, the condition cannot meet the needs of the growing sales and fast development. And also they are open to B, to C business. Also they have the return. So company need to lease external warehouse to meet the storage capacity. That costs additional money for them.
Yeah.
Okay. And the third one is the low storage utilization rate. It's meaning, for example, you have 6 meters height, clearance height warehouse, but the shelf just reaches 2 meters or maximum 3 meters normally.
So you're wasting the space.
Yes, you are wasting, right, sure. And some other like manpower operation will cause a lot of mistake, okay? And the low warehousing efficiency, troublesome tailing, and the labor cost. That's a very typical issues. And also the low digitalization and more warehouse management system are required. So such the demand and the pain point is asked by the customer.
So for this customer in a B2C, right? B2C
Yes,
business, this apparel company, what was the result of using the HAIPICK ACR system to solve their issues?
Okay, so in the following pages, I will first show you a big number to our audience. Okay, and the next page I will show the layout. In this page, I would like to request our audience to remember some keywords here. And the first one on the left side, 9,000 square meters. It's meaning, imagine if you have a square meters, 9,000, and we can use 6,000 of them to make the storage area, to put the rack there, and then we can reach the target is 50,000 total locations. That's meaning you can put 50,000 total in your warehouse. That's a big number for that.
In 6,000 square meters. I'm guessing the other 3,000 is used for other type of equipment, workstations,
charging, or some other area for packaging,
Great. What about the efficiency that the customer obtained after using the HAIPICK ACR system?
And you see this number, 34 robots. We use the 34 robots and we can reach 1,180 total inbound and outbound per hour. Yes, that's the efficiency of this solution. If we transfer by piece, and we can rate, if we take assumption each time in each tote, we pick 5 pieces of clothes from them, so we can raise 11,800 pieces per hour. And we use, on the right side is 5 meters height.
5 meters high. So we also took advantage of the available vertical space. That is great.
Last one. Yes. So we make another summary is 9,000 square meters, 11,000 pieces per hour.
Wow. Okay. Great. How about we have a look at the layout? Maybe people, the audience will have a better idea.
The layout is very simple, and you see, and from the first one, we just filling the tote with the clothes or items, and we put the workstation at the point 2, and point to the people to scan the goods piece by piece and bind them with the tote, and the robot will take the tote from point 2 and then move to point 3. That's it. That's the inbound. It's very simple.
Yes.
And by the way, people, you see that this is the rack area, and this one is a working station. There's a conveyor. There's a put light, something. That's the inbound. And I would like to open the outbound to let you know how it works. So
this is the outbound process of
the same picture. Is outbound per size, and that's one important. When WMS on the top release the command of the outbound, and the robot will go to some place in this area and deliver corresponding storage tote to designated workstation in this area. Okay, and once the packer scans barcode of the storage cells, actually something like there's a barcode we paste on this part, and we scan this barcode, and the store SKU name and its quantity will be displayed on the right side. There's a workstation, there's a screen, you will see everything on it. Okay, and when human packer scan each item, take the items from the tote and scan each items and put them into the order tote. Order tote will on the right side or left side in the put to light. Okay, that's the procedure. And once the order tote is full or the packing task is completed, the packer, the human packer, will put the storage totes onto the conveyor bike again because still there's something inside remaining and we need to put back to the rack. Okay, then the robot carries the storage totes back to the rack. So they were talking the duty cycles.
I see. How about we show our viewers a video of the operation? Maybe that way it's easier for our viewers to imagine,
Okay, why not?
to see what
we can
really
try to
happens.
see that.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. So we can go ahead.
Sure. So as you saw in the video, quickly, the ACR robots, the HAIPIC ACR robots, they were, moving the totes from the rack, from the shelves, right, onto the conveyor, realizing all these picking processes in an autonomous way. Now, our second case study is based on the B2B business.
Yes, B2B, yes.
Right? Brooke, could you please
Yes,
tell us?
actually, this one, we make a full function warehouse, including the B2B, B2C return storage, and also customer they have actually dozens of pain points to come to us, Yes, but here we just list some of them. Actually, this is also a big customer in China, also is the most influential fashion designer and the brand operator, and they're working on the design, production, sales, and even some textile technology for that. And because they have a large number of SKUs and various item classification, so they want to make a modern warehouse from us. And their challenge is the first one, unbalanced operation. Okay, so valley and the peak alternatively emerge and in the short periods. And for the B2B business, in each quarter, and they have the return, daily store returns, and peak returns after online promotion. Okay, this is very unbalanced, And the second one is a long processing cycle of the return. And the will cause a bad result is inventory overstocks during the peak time because of the massive returns. But on the other hand, meanwhile, the B2C inventory is low. One side is your overstock too much, but
the other side is
not
almost empty.
You don't have enough product to sell. So that's the problem. And of course, also there's a typical problem is low storage density. You see just with 2.4 meters shelf. It's very low.
Very low,
Exactly. That's background.
How about we have a look at the solution that the customer used in this case?
But I'm sorry, Jonathan, due to the time, we cannot open the full solution.
No problem.
Just I can show something for the B2B warehouse we designed for them.
Great. If our viewers wish to know more about this case study, please remember you can contact Brooke or you can contact our team to provide all the information.
Okay, now, gentlemen and ladies, we use the same format of this page. And also on the left side corner, 5,500 square meters. And we use 3,500 square meters at the storage area. And what's the number we can reach?
17,500 cartons and totes.
What's the difference, carton and tote?
So you're using two different types of storage.
Exactly, yes, because especially in some shoes warehouse, in the container cannot be only the plastic totes. Sometimes a different size of carton is needed. So we have to design such kinds of robots to identify both tote and carton at the same time on the rack. So that's our special robot. Later, I will give you the details for that. And the density we reach is 5 locations per square meters averagely. Okay, and you can see the number on the right side in summer and in winter, and 780K Okay, this one, so you know why this volume is different?
Well, I'm guessing in winter
It's too much, it's cold.
you use thicker clothes, you use bigger pieces, so take more space.
Cotton, leather, you know.
Mhm.
Yes, but the efficiency, we use 20 robots, and inbound, we reach 300 totes inbound, and outbound will reach 1,680 totes outbound.
And why is that?
Yes, that's very interesting. According to the customer requirements, and we make the capacity of inbound lower and outbound higher. But we have one more flexible point is that the inbound workstation and the outbound workstation we can transfer easily according
Flexibility.
to the yes, that's the way of the flexibility.
Great, great.
Okay.
How about, oh, sorry.
Oh yes, the key number you see 60,000 pieces
Per day. Wow.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yes, or the audience, you can snap this screen and to be remembered for that.
Remember that at the end of the presentation, if you want this PPT, this information, just give us a feedback. We will send a link, and then you will be able to download the this
Exactly.
presentation.
Yes, that's my pleasure.
How about we have a look at the solution?
Layouts, that's yes, it's not complicated. You see that's the on the left side, this the right place. On the bottom of the picture is inbound. On the right side is outbound, and we put the charging area. We put the outbound workstation. Put light for shoes. Put light for apparel and accessory, and even two-layer conveyor. That's the basic layout. Of course, there's more details we don't open today, but
Sure.
I would like to tell more in near future, okay? And this one, I actually did the same thing, but I want to emphasize some unique design by Hai Robotics. And the first one, now you see the docking.
That is what we call the hyper workstation, right? Which is a loader and unloader.
Very easy understanding with loader and loader to increase the efficiency of load or unload the tote from the robot. So it's meaning between the human picker and the robot, and we dock with the loader and the conveyor. And we're considering the human engineering. The conveyor should around 750 millimeters. That's more comfortable for the picker to take something on
Right.
it. Okay. And the second one is something regarding the empty case replenishment, because we cannot ignore the replenishment of the tools. Okay, and we design double layer conveyor to do that, and the manpower can top the empty tote up on it. Okay, and the third one you see, we can calculate the workstation on right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a small cycle comprises 5 workstations versus 1 loader and unloader to increase the time. That's amazing, you know. Okay, and people can see in this picture on the left side, and there's a blue totes and the cotton. That's meaning we mix to
Cartons
deploy.
and totes.
Yes, that's very
Fantastic.
beautiful, you know. Yes.
Great. How about we show our viewers a video of the operation?
Yes, please.
All right.
So I think we have more videos on YouTube.
We do have more videos on YouTube, so feel free to go check out our YouTube channel, Hai Robotics. And if you want more information, remember, follow us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and Twitter. Now, a lot of people are talking about automation. It's like every day you can see news about that.
Yes.
And there are a lot of different technologies out there in the market.
Sure.
What is Hai Robotics innovation? How are we different from other technologies, and where do we stand compared to them?
I would like to open this discussion from these lines. as far as we know, the warehouse automation I already explained the four phases, and people now you know it well. The first one for manpower, the second one is a forklift, conveyor, and the third one ASRS and AGV and other sorting system. But I want to emphasize the last one on the right corner is robot era. We call it automated warehouse plus AI. But flexibility, AI, and the data-driven is playing a more and more become more important in modern warehouse operation. Okay, but the robot as a combination of all cutting-edge technology represents the most advantage at this moment or in near future.
So nowadays, there's probably some people out there that still have traditional manual warehouses. Can they upgrade to Warehouse 4.0? What does it take? Is it
I bet $100.
Yes.
Still there's some warehouse in IC Asia markets. They are only still staying in the first one, the phase one manpower era, or phase two, use the forklift or the conveyor in max. Okay, but the robot provides a high possibility help our customer to do overtaking in curve. So it's meaning we can skip the phase three. We just jump to
directly to Warehouse
phase
4.0.
And remember, please, robot era.
All right. How about we have a look? How about we have a look at where does ACR stand compared to other technologies?
Yes, we have some analysis. But before that one, I want to share one more information. I bet another $100 and ACR or our robot is not expensive. It's not.
That's a good point. That's a good point. A lot of people might be thinking the investment is really big.
Yes, sure. It's affordable to most of our customers or users.
Great. Let's have a look at the comparison that we have. This was taken from the STIQ, I believe, report on persons to good. Goods to person report, and we have ACR and compared to other technologies in cost and performance comparison.
Of course, yes. That one is very interesting data analysis, and in terms of performance on the horizontal and on the vertical cost, and for sure, definitely, ASRS stands on the top of performance, but we know still on the top of cost as well.
Is it flexible?
How's your idea? Of course not. Yes,
it's not very flexible, right?
Yes, and you see, and on the beginning size in the AMR or AGV, I think my understanding is they are staying at the entry level of the automation, and more or less they are playing some role in solve the problem, and it is accepted widely because they already exist more than 20 years. But ACR, you see the blue one in the middle, I believe as next generation technology, and the ACR, it stands on a ideal balanced point. And I think this is a good option for the picking work.
Right. How about efficiency? How about implementation time?
Okay,
how about ROI?
Yes. So I'll show to my audience this one. This is our analysis. On the left side, the first one is the ACR, and the second one is AGV and the ASRS. And some key numbers I will show you here. On the third column, warehouse density, you see the HAIPIC will raise 1.8 times storage density than the manpower or the traditional human warehouse. But the AGV just raised 0.8 times.
Obviously, the ACR can reach higher altitudes.
Yes, but of course, it's less than ASRS. But my point is, we cannot only focus on the density, also implementation period and return of investment. Absolutely, you see the ACR, and from 1 week to 3 months, we can finish the implementation, and the ROI time is 2 to 3 years. I think this is much better than ASRS.
So to sum up, what are the major advantages of Hai Robotics innovation, Hai Robotics Solution?
So I think this one can tell you the basic story and from left to the right. And the first one is productivity, increase 3 to 4 times compared to
Traditional
traditional
manual
use.
operation.
And the second one you can see from 0.19 meter to 6.5 meters, we can use a very high utilization of space.
Right.
So that helps us to provide up to 180% storage compared to mining warehouse, and 7 days for installation. So according to our project experience, and we can, it's possible to from A to Z to complete all the works within 1 month.
Maybe later you can explain in the case of our customers and our viewers in Southeast Asia, more details about the lead time and
Yes,
right.
Sure, sure.
All right. So let's talk about our solution, the HAIPICK ACR system. We already mentioned the innovation of ACR, which is autonomous case handling robots. And how does this how is this part of a whole solution for warehouses for our customers?
I think we can open our brochure to show some of our product family to our audience. Okay? But I would like, before we start the product introduction, I need to emphasize one thing. None of solution or company can solve all the problem. Just take example of this picture. That's a typical layout in the warehouse, like pallet, docking, all the things. But I want to say is Hai Robotics picking robot work on the blue part, the bin, or you can name tote picking storage in place. And we are the king in picking and the part storage and sorting. This is Hai Robotics domination.
Great.
So we are using this on the right, see the robot, something like that. We are using our robot to solve the problem happened in picking, case picking.
So our solution focuses and specializes in picking and storage.
Sure. And then, sorry, we go to the next page. That's the whole picture comprises of HAIPICK system. And on the number 1, 2, 3, 4, one by one, the first one is our ACR product. The second one is workstation and the HAIQ software. Later I will open more detail for you. And shelf and tools, that one can be possible to purchase or provided by third parties, and the code for the navigation as a label, paste on the ground or paste on the rack, something like that.
That's for navigation, right?
Okay, that's the charger, and the last one is the network infrastructures, such as a server, such as a router, something.
How about we have a deeper look at the ACR of our robots? Maybe a lot of our viewers right now are wondering what are the specifications, what are the benefits.
Okay, we can see this one. Wait a moment, I bring some good things. My baby, my baby. I see. Can you help me to hold it?
Whoa. This is a Lego model of our HAIPICK robots. It's
yes,
cool,
yes, that's the very interesting thing. Okay, and this our robot looks like this a column, this a chassis, and this material handling devices. So we will put the tote. Where I put my tote?
There? It's on the
yes, we tote on here, and this device will go up and put the tote on the storage tray. Yes, and something like this. That's very interesting. I love it.
So we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that the A42 is the series of our robots. And here in the PPT, in the presentation, we have A42, A42D, and A42N. Can you please, Brook, tell the audience what's the difference?
Okay, actually, we have a very strong research and development team. And each year we publish 1 or 2 new robots. But at this moment, I just want to propose 3 kind of good robots to IC Asia markets. And the first one, HAIPICK A42 on the left side, this is our standard version. And we already shipped more than 2,000 robots to the different customers globally. And this is very stable. And it's a reliability already proved by a lot of practices. And there's a good number here is you see the right verse MTBF mean time between failure is 2,000 hours. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, okay?
Great. What about the A42D? I see it stands for double deep HCR.
Yes, that D, meaning double deep, what we call it. You see this picture, and the arm, the material handling devices can reach the second position or row to the rack. That's meaning double deep. We put one tote and another tote. So that can increase 30% storage density, especially in some dense rural area. Okay, like Singapore, Hong Kong, or some capital countries.
But you don't have much space, you need to optimize every single square meter.
And guess what the last one? I think.
Well, the last one, it says carton picking, so I'm guessing the robot picks carton boxes.
Yeah, we saw that in last case.
Yes.
Remember? Yes, the A42N. N is meaning carton picking. So the main function for this one is a multi carton and tote in the same time.
Right.
Okay, this is our ACR robot family.
How about we have a quick look at the workstations that these robots can be integrated with?
Yes, we propose 4 kind of workstation on robot 1 on the left corner, and
top left.
On the top left, and on the bottom left is on shelving. They have the different function, and already right here, for example, the on robot 1 is very fast deploy and back, and also you can use as a backup one. Also, it's cost saving. But here I want to focus on the right one is the conveyor workstation, and that's most popular and classical and good for the human engineering.
Friendly. We saw that also in our case studies.
Sure is, and one thing is you see between the human picker and robots, we put conveyor here, and there's a distance between this robot and the human, and the conveyor can carry the tote from the robot to move the robot to the in front of the human. The human just stand there. That's why we call it booth to person. They don't need to walk around. Just take something. Okay, that's the one. And the last thing, HAIPIC loader and land loader. That's an amazing one. Amazing tote handling speed. We can reach 1,000 totes per hour.
Wow.
No bottleneck.
Great. So for all of you who want more questions or more information about this, remember you can contact our team or Brook. We will put his information at the end of the presentation as well. And we can also integrate this solution, these workstations with other solutions, right?
Sure. Yeah, on the right side, of course, we can integrate it with some other technology. Yes.
How about the software? Let's talk about the software quickly.
You know, not the building we are staying in, there's several floors, and we have a big software team, more than 500 software engineers. They are working day and day to develop. As of course, it's our self-property rights to develop software. And we are the expert for the robot control software, WMS. I mean, warehouse management software, and we know the industry well and know how. And our software already tested by a lot of projects and also by a lot of customers. We can use our software to enable our customer to optimize their business procedure.
Great. So a lot of our viewers might be wondering, is this system reliable? Like maybe they haven't heard of us or they don't know much about the company, but Hai Robotics is a company that was established in 2016. So we have over 5 years of experience. What about our system reliability group?
Okay, let me tell you a story. I'm very confident for our system reliability. And see this one, quality and time, and we are not in the valley of death. We are not a concept. And also we have a big factory, and we have more than 10,000 unit production capability. And in ACR, in this area, compared to other company, and we are first company to launch a commercial project in 2018. And even up to now, we are the solely company to deliver the big project. I mean, to overcome the bottleneck here. For example, in apparel industry, we deliver one project with to a big customer, 130 units.
So for all of you who are wondering about the system reliability, Hai Robotics focuses on what we already mentioned at the beginning, the picking and storage of, and using ACR technology, autonomous case handling technology.
Yeah, sure.
So really quick, let's go this through the company presentation, which is more information for all of you who probably don't know much about our company. Brook, we see that we have over 1,000 employees and we have launched over 2,000 robots.
Okay, actually, you see why that we have the big numbers here. Actually, this number growing very fast.
Yes.
Each month is different. That comes from our business growing. At this moment, we have employees more than 1,000. And in China and some other country, we already launched a project more than 300.
Where are we in the world? I mean, which markets
You
are
mean the
we?
footprints?
Yes, the footprints of the company. Can you tell us?
We show simply here the headquarters in Shenzhen and our plant in Dongguan. Okay, and we have our subsidiaries or branches office all over the world in each continent, like in Europe, like in America, California, in Japan. Okay, and especially in Singapore. It's our
We recently opened it, actually.
yes.
We recently opened in
Okay,
Singapore.
okay. Yeah, of course, yes. And also we have a global partnership strategy. It means our ecosystem is open. We open all the system integrator to work with us to serve to the customer.
Great. So what about our customers in Southeast Asia? What can they expect? So for example, which markets are we covering in Southeast Asia?
Okay, in sorry, in IC Asia, we located our headquarters in Singapore. Okay, and covering the country, you see Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, all the countries here. And we have a full function team there. And I believe including the research and development, research and service, solution. And I want to emphasize the service because we want to provide the high standard level support and service to the local customer. And you see this one for the local service, technical support, spare parts support, and energy recovery. Okay, and more value-added service, and we will provide to the local market.
Great. So here we have some of the customers in the apparel industry that we work with. This webinar was trying to focus on the apparel. However, we not only do apparel, we also do other industries, right? Brooke, could you tell us what other industries Hai Robotics work?
Okay, so you see that's the apparel customer, this is a big name. And then we see the industry cloud. In apparel, e-commerce, retail manufacturing, the third-party logistics. So all of in application and industry will list here. If there's some big name, you can read on the first line, SF Digital, and Earl, and Muji. So of course, a lot of customer. We cannot list all of this, but I think our audience, if they are interested in any certain industry, we can open more details after this
Great, great. Now we have reached to almost the end of this presentation, and as promised, we have a Q&A round. So for all of you who have questions or want to know more about our system, our products, please leave us your questions in the chat room. And also, if you want to contact us directly, don't forget you can contact Brook. He's in charge of the Southeast Asian region. He is very knowledgeable, and he will help you. And at the same time, if you want to contact the company, remember you can leave us a message, and our team will be more than glad to help you. So we're waiting for some of the questions, but in the meantime, we can also answer some of the regular questions that customers usually ask. So here are some that I usually hear from our customers, from people on the internet. So for example, one of the questions that usually pop is, what about the picking efficiency of the robots? How many pieces can the robot pick on average?
We have a general experience data. Of course, according to the different layout, and our robot, by terms of total, we can carry or pick 30 around total per hour duty cycles.
I see.
30. It's meaning the robot go to pick and come take to the workstation and bring it back. We call it the duty cycles. 30.
30. All right. Now, some other questions that we usually get from our customers is mostly related to our ACR robots because they own autonomous technology. What about the charging?
Charging we use the first one is the lithium battery we put in the robot. Okay, and it will take around 1.5 hours by the full charge, and we can use 5.4 hours. And another one, we provide a charging station that can charge itself. We use a self-charging policy to buy some algorithm and calculation.
Great, great. Well, again, please feel free to give us your questions. We're here with Brook to help you answer some of your doubts, or if you want to know more about the industry. I guess at the moment we don't have questions, so I will keep asking a couple of other questions that I usually hear. Our team is still collecting the questions of everybody.
Let me see, there's some questions.
Since this webinar is for the Southeast Asia market, how about the lead time for this market?
So the lead time, because we have a very strong factory, probably for the manufacturing, we can make it 1 month done. And for the transportation cost clearance, maybe another 1 month or 20 days. Okay, that one is for my production part. And for the delivery or on-site implementation, 1 month to 3 months. So it's meaning for the complete one, if you want to plan an automation project, just a half year ahead to contact us. We can finalize it within half year, everything done.
Great, great. Well, I don't know if our viewers have some questions. Our team is telling me if we have some questions, right, from our viewers. Great. Well,
so I think we don't need worry. Just please scan my WeChat and write email. It doesn't matter.
Yes, please.
Yes.
The idea of this webinar is first to provide some knowledge for all of you, and second to establish some first contact. So please don't forget, if you want to contact Brook, you can scan his QR code for WeChat on the left side and WhatsApp on the right side. We're more willing to help you. Our team in Singapore is ready. And we have, yes, we have some questions, Tony. We have too many questions. Oh my gosh.
Okay, let me read it.
Let's see some of them. Oh, here our team is bringing some of the questions.
Do you have WMS or WCS dialogues for picking in inbound? For sure, we have a WMS, and actually we have the software. It's a ESS. ESS is some sync function of a WMS. They can manage the inventory, and they can manage the robot and even conveyor forklift. So we have that one. Is there some question to that?
Yes, we have some questions here. For example, do you have support implementation team in Europe?
Sure, but that's not under my area. But for sure, we have a European team.
We do. We have a European team. So please, at the end of this webinar, you leave us your information, contact our team, and we will direct you with our team in Europe.
Yes. Any others?
Yes, we have another questions from the audience. What kind of information do I need to provide if I want a project evaluation?
Okay, we have 200 solution engineer to do that. And normally we need the information as an input. First one is a layout of your warehouse. We need to know what's the size, where's the column, and what's the clearance height. It's the first one. And the second one, it's much better. We have your order information. I need to know is every day and what's the inbound and outbound quantity, something. And also we need what's the kind of product you want to handle in the warehouse, and that's a too big size or small size. Because our one, we can do some little customization, but not too much. Something like 600 millimeter longs and weight 400 millimeter and the height 300 millimeter. But man, don't worry, I will send you a questionnaire to let you know what kind of information I need.
Great, great. So for all of you who wants project evaluation, please again contact us. We will send you a form with all the information that you need to provide, and Brooke and the team will help you right away. We still have some more questions. Please hold on there. Our team is bringing the questions right now.
Okay.
This is great. Thank you everybody for the questions that you're providing. We hope to solve some of them. And if we don't have enough time to answer all of your questions, again, we will try to contact you as soon as possible.
But by the way, because during the COVID-19, I have to stay in China now. But I plan to travel to most of the country in Southeast Asia and meet all the friends there. We can talk there face to face. Also, control conveyor.
So here's the other question from our viewers. Do you also control conveyors at the workstation?
Yes.
Great. Another question is the software flexible to program by our side, or any modification should be done by your side? Interesting.
Sorry. It's very interesting, yes. At the beginning, and if you enlarge your warehouse and do the update, at that moment, you need to be done by Hai Robotics. But we will open this capability to our local system integrator or partner in future.
So they can provide this, they can help the customer
to do some modifications.
Yes. Great. This is part of the service, right?
Exactly, yes.
Right. Sure. We have another question. We really appreciate everybody for your questions and interactions. What about
integrator, any other company,
AGV of the same software?
Yes, like forklift one, we have with Vision. And for the AGV, we have with a HAIQ robot, something like that. But actually, don't worry about that. Sometimes this is a standard API. We have an emojing for the arm robot.
For the robotic arm.
Yes, right. Yes, you're right. And
we have another question. Yes. Let's see.
Also the safety.
What are the safety features of the robots?
Yes,
interesting. This is actually a very important point.
But you see, guys, no worry. My robot will ship to America and Europe also. We have the CE certification. See that one is very strict. And we have the sensor, we have the obstacle detector and anti-falling devices to protect people. For example, in front of the robot, there's a milestone there, and this distance is 1.8 meters, and the robot will find it and start to slow down. And if 0.8 meter, it will emergency stop.
Yes.
So that one we have full consideration.
I've seen it actually. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool feature.
Yes. Even the robot, but the man is the first.
Yes.
The people is the first, of course.
Well, we thank you, everybody. I think we have reached the time of this webinar. We really appreciate everybody who participated, providing your questions. We want to keep answering all of your questions, so please contact us. Don't forget, if you want more information about the company, you can visit our website, HAIRobotics.com. You can also find us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and our YouTube if you want to watch more videos of our robots and solutions. Now, at the end of this webinar, we are leaving a link for all of you to give us a feedback on this session. We hope to make more webinar sessions in the future to talk about interesting topics for you. And after you give us a feedback, you will be able to download the materials for these presentations. Now, I want to thank all of you for participating, for having the time to watch and to listen to Brook and his presentation. I want to thank Brook for your time as well. And we hope to see you next time. Have a good night.